The first phase of elections has already started in the world's largest democracy, India. And besides all the rallies, strong, appealing advertisements, and of course, the drama,
ये कांग्रेस का मैनिफेस्टो कह रहा है वो माताओं बहनों का सोने का हिसाब करेंगे और फिर उस संपत्ति को बांट देंगे।
10-15 उद्योगपतियों का इन्होंने 14 लाख करोड़ रुपया माफ किया है। दलित आदिवासी पढ़ाई के लिए बैंक लोन मांगे, जूता मार के बाहर कर देंगे आपको।
Meanwhile, there was a statement that grabbed everyone's attention.
My party president did ask me, would you want to contest from somewhere in the south? Option is yours, Tamil Nadu or Andhra Pradesh. But I don't have that kind of money to contest.
That's the statement made by the finance minister, Nirmala Sitharaman, about her decision not to contest in the upcoming elections due to financial constraints. Here's where the eyebrow raiser comes in. In the span of just 2 decades, the cost of elections in India has ballooned over 5 times. Back in 1999, it was just a drop in the bucket compared to what's being thrown around today. Fast forward to 2019, and we're looking at a jaw-dropping 55,000 to 60,000 crore rupees being splurged on the Lok Sabha elections alone. Now here's where it gets real. If even the finance minister herself is feeling the pinch, what does that say about the state of affairs? It's not just about a lack of personal funds, it's about the crazy amount of money you need just to be in the game. So, when we talk about the cost of elections in India, we're not just talking high, we're talking sky high. You see, the Election Commission does put a cap on how much candidates can spend on their election campaigns. As of 2014, that limit was set at 95 lakh rupees per Lok Sabha constituency. But there is a catch. While there's a cap for individual candidates, there's no such limit for political parties. So in this sense, they can pretty much open the floodgates when it comes to spending on party promotion. For instance, in 2019 Lok Sabha elections, the NDA-led BJP spent a whopping 755 crore rupees on general party promotion alone. And that's not even counting what they burnt out on individual candidates. Meanwhile, Congress threw down 488 crore rupees on their own campaigns. So while candidates might have to stick to a budget, the parties behind the scenes can pretty much play with monopoly money. It's like a high-stakes game of poker, where the chips are worth more than you can imagine. And you know what? This amount might just be the tip of the iceberg. That's what the former Election Commissioner of India says. A candidate can be given 95 lakh rupees in check, and the party can spend several crores, and that is legal, as there are no restrictions on that. If you thought this is where it ends, well, you are wrong. Besides all the noise of campaigns and advertisements, there's another bill in line: the procurement of electronic voting machines. 4,000 crore rupees was reportedly spent on EVMs alone in the 2019 elections. Too many numbers, right? The figures might not be as big of a problem as the economics of the parliament might get. Back in 1951, when the first ever general elections took place, a single member of the parliament represented around 8 lakh people. This single-digit number has today swelled to 25 lakh people. Now, the number of seats in the Lok Sabha hasn't budged since the late 1970s. That means MPs today are representing way more people than what they used to back at that time. Picture it. You're trying to connect with voters, understand their concerns, and make sure that the noise of your rallies are being heard. But with the surging population, that's a whole lot of hands to shake and doors to knock on. Naturally, reaching out to all those people takes serious time and effort, not to mention a hefty chunk to fund those campaigns. Posters, handbills, loudspeakers, advertising, television media, and whatnot. Moreover, the rising cost of contesting elections has a chain effect on other segments of the election picture as well. According to CSDS, a research institute, this rising cost has led to an increase in the fiscal profile of the eligible candidates. For instance, in 2004, 153 Lok Sabha candidates entered the election play with wallets loaded with crores. In 2019, this number increased to more than 400. Around 472 MPs were waving the crore flag. That's a rise from 58% to 88% of the lower house being crore-patis in just 15 years. No doubt, the economics of elections have turned out to be pretty expensive, as the monetary graph has only gone up. However, this surge might need a limit on the notes being spent on candidates just to be in the game, because the expenditure being spent on the winning candidates is again a whole different story. Possible solutions might include putting a cap on overall expenditure being spent on a candidate, transparency in the funding model, or making sure there is a limit being set on the level of campaigning. But for now, the festival of democracy does not exactly remain a budget-friendly affair. And at the end of the day, it is a price tag that comes with democracy. Like, subscribe and click the bell icon for more such insightful videos.